Episode 5 of Full Circle from Bet365 features this man, the one and only Mr. George Groves. Make sure you check it out. But whilst we've got him, and we're in Manchester for a sensational fight this weekend, the rematch between Chris Eubank Jr. and Liam Smith, I want to pick his brains. I want to find out what he thinks, how this one's going to play out. Obviously, the first one, maybe people pick Liam to win. I wouldn't say that a lot of people would have picked Liam to win in such sensational fashion. What has Chris got to do differently this weekend to have a different outcome?
Well, it's hard to go off the first fight, you say, Adam, because it was just so out of character, really, should we say. Eubank didn't look right, I thought. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Liam Smith, but Eubank's been in with big guys. He's always had decent punch resistance, but he looked kind of flat. Smith came and did his bit, but as soon as he started to land, Eubank unraveled, and then he gets wiped out. So if we go back to the drawing board and now we're here at the rematch, we got to assume that Chris is in a better state and that his punch resistance is in a better state as well. I think what Eubank needs to do is keep Smith busy. He's very good. He's a wily old pro, Liam Smith. He's been in the pro gym a long time. He's been a boxer a long time. You know, me and him were on multi-nation tournaments, getting off 20 years ago now, you know, boxing for England. He won the ABAs the same year I did in 2008. So he's boxing stock. He knows his stuff. And he'll always be trying to create them openings. He'll be always making Eubank work. Now, something I thought he didn't look comfortable at all last time, Eubank. He looked like he's got to settle into his groove. And how does he do that? Most guys will do it with sharp feints or a hard jab. Sometimes they might have to land a heavy shot. Sometimes it might just be the way they can keep moving and manipulating their feet. Eubank's never really had a great jab, and his footwork is okay, but he likes to fight in bursts and then move away. So how's he going to cope with Smith bringing that constant pressure? It might be pressure without punching. So he's teamed up with Bomac, who's obviously an experienced trainer, working with a lot of exceptional fighters, one of which, Terence Crawford, who just come off the biggest win, you know, of his career very recently. So confidence will be high in that camp, I think.
Is it too short of a time to make a big of a difference?
Well, yeah, that's probably, it's not a long time, but I think as long as he's got Eubank's ear, and as long as the information is right, they'll know that, you know, we haven't can't reinvent the wheel here. We don't have a lot of time. We can work on one or two things that should pay dividend in the fight, and then where his real work's going to be done is in the corner throughout the fight. If he can give him clear and concise instructions, the Eubank can then go and implement in the fight. Smith's changed trainers recently. If he was with Joe Gallagher a long time now, he's with Joe McNally, who I know he used to box Joe, but I don't know an awful lot of him as a trainer. So, you know, I'm not sure. I'm sure he has Smith's ear, but maybe if something goes wrong, then throws a spanner in the works for that. So I think there's not a lot of size difference between them, and there's lots of questions about the weight making for Eubank and how tight is he at the weight. And, you know, we know fighters who are tight at the weight, you know, they can't perform. You know, their punch resistance is affected. Their engine can be affected. So if he got that wrong the first time, but he's got it right the second time, he's made weight better and he's in better shape and he's a bit more of a solid specimen, then it could be a vastly different fight.
It's a tough one for the person that loses this fight at the weekend and where they go next in their careers, given where these two gentlemen are at. Where does the winner go, do you think?
I think if the winner is Smith, he should get a world title shot off the back of this, because he is a former world champion, and I believe him when, you know, if there's a big fight out there for him, he's after it and he appreciates the belts. So I think for him, big money comes with the fact that it has to be a world title fight. The same doesn't need to be said for Eubank. So he's a bigger name. He's more in the risk reward category. So if he wins this weekend and a fight with Conor Benn crops up or something else of the likes, he could go down that route. Who knows? He might be fighting one of the Paul brothers in the future. I wouldn't write that off either. So, but I think, yeah, if Smith wins, then it should open up a door where he can go and challenge for one of the belts.